I never thought I would end up here writing out my side of a messy breakup for strangers on the internet. But when your ex starts painting you as a controlling villain on social media and your name is being tossed around like last week's office gossip, sometimes silence feels like consent. So here's the truth. No drama, no sugarcoating, just one man's story about what happens when the person you love mocks you loud enough for a lobby full of strangers to hear. It started with a party, does not it always? My girlfriend, ex-girlfriend Sophia had been hyped for her company's quarterly mixer for weeks. Fancy venue, free booze, and a chance to rub elbows with corporate higher-ups. She bought a new dress, booked a salon appointment, and reminded me daily of how excited she was. I didn't mind playing designated driver. It's what you do for someone you care about. She texted me around 9 p.m., already tipsy on Moscow mules, asking for a ride. No problem. I wrapped up some paperwork, drove downtown, and texted her that I was in the hotel lobby. She replied that she was staying for one last drink. Fair enough. I grabbed a seat, scrolled my phone, and waited. Then I heard her. Not just her laugh, the kind you only hear when someone's 3 drinks past their filter. I glanced up and there she was, leaning over the mezzanine railing with 3 coworkers, 2 guys and a woman. They were tipsy, loud, and unfortunately very audible from where I sat. God, he's probably already here waiting like a puppy, she giggled. Laughter erupted. Then, like a scene from a sitcom that forgot it was a tragedy, she continued, he's so obsessed with me, I could cheat on him right in front of his face and he'd still blame himself. I did not even feel anger. Not then, just hollow. Like all the air had been sucked out of the room. I would spent 3 years with this woman, shared a home, dreams, dinners, plumbing mishaps. And this is how she saw me. To really drive the knife in, her female coworker chimed in, asking if I was at least rich. Sophia laughed and said, the house is nice, but he's not exactly rolling in it. You should see how he tracks every penny in his little notebook. It's pathetic. That pathetic notebook? It's the reason I was able to buy that house in the first place. That little black book tracked every dollar I earned running my construction business, every expense, every contract, every hopeful calculation about whether I could afford an extra tool or hire another set of hands. That notebook was my hustle in spiral-bound form. I didn't go up there. I did not make a scene. I just texted her one sentence. Don't bother coming down. Find another ride. Then I blocked her number and drove home in silence. When I got back, I called my friend Mike. He's a lawyer and the kind of guy you want in your corner when emotions say burn it all, but the law says maybe don't. I explained the situation. Sophia had been living with me for over 2 years, and while we never had a formal lease, she had tenant rights. That meant I could not just toss her belongings on the lawn and change the locks without giving her 30 days notice. It was not what I wanted to hear, but I was not about to let her words turn me into the villain of the story. So I wrote up a formal notice to vacate and outlined a plan to get through the next month without setting the house or my sanity on fire. She came home around 1 a.m., mascara smudge, still in her party dress, smelling like bad decisions and top-shelf vodka. Why'd you leave me stranded? Kevin had to give me a ride. Perfect. I stood up and handed her the paper. I was in the lobby. I heard everything. You have 30 days to find a new place. Her face flickered through 5 different expressions like a bad poker player. She reached for me with the usual I was drunk, I didn't mean it routine, but I'd seen enough. That night, I locked myself in the guest room and slept like a baby with mild indigestion. In the morning, I installed a keypad lock on the guest room door because if I was going to share space with someone I no longer trusted, I needed a lock between us and my birth certificate, passport, and power tools. Over the next few days, she cycled through the greatest hits of relationship damage control, crying, flirting, guilt-tripping, pretending nothing happened, and casually prancing around the kitchen in pajamas that used to work on me. They did not anymore. It was like trying to win back a customer after serving them a rat in their soup. Eventually, she told me she found a place to crash. She moved most of her essentials, clothes, laptop, a blender I hated into her friend Sarah's car and left. But not before one last Hail Mary. I really do love you, Marcus. What you heard, that was not the real me. Sure, it was the vodka-infused party version of you, which apparently tells the truth more effectively than a polygraph. I nodded. Your stuff's in the garage. Text me when you want to get the rest. She did a few days later. I unblocked her number and was immediately greeted by 62 missed calls and a flood of messages ranging from "please talk to me" to "you heartless piece of crap." Real Shakespearean stuff. We scheduled a time. I stayed inside, watching through the garage security camera while she packed her things. She cried a little, boxed up her shoes, flipped off the camera, and drove away. Classy to the end. After that, I changed the locks, updated the alarm codes, and called it closure. She sent a formal email surrendering her tenancy and confirming she had everything she wanted. I sent it to Mike with a digital fist bump. But then came the social media blitz. According to her Instagram stories, screen capped by mutual friends, I was a controlling, financially abusive psycho who threw her out into the cold because I could not handle rejection. The irony? I never once checked her phone. Never told her where to go, who to hang out with, or how to spend her money. I did not even ask for receipts when she contributed a modest monthly amount for living expenses. She wasn't my prisoner. She was just someone I mistakenly thought respected me. Weeks later, I got a message from the female coworker from the mezzanine incident. "You should know Sophia's been hooking up with Kevin for a while now. They're talking about moving in together." Ah, Kevin, the chivalrous coworker who gave her a ride. Hope he likes Moscow mules and backhanded compliments about his furniture. As for me, I did not feel anything. No jealousy, no resentment, just a calm indifference that smelled like freedom and fresh paint. I deep cleaned the house, rearranged the furniture, and boxed up the last bits of her mail in case she ever wants them. The place feels like mine again, quieter, calmer, less performative. A friend recently asked me if I was okay. "Better than okay," I replied. "The bills are lower, the thermostat stays where I left it, and I don't have someone pretending to love me while treating me like a punchline at happy hour." She called me cold. Maybe, but I would rather be cold than mocked behind my back while driving someone home from a party they used to dream about. I was not obsessed with Sophia. I was invested in us. And when I realized us was a story she didn't believe in, the exit wasn't hard. It was necessary. If there's a lesson here, it's this. When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Drunken words may be unfiltered, but they're rarely untrue. Respect in a relationship isn't a bonus, it's the foundation. Without it, everything else collapses. I'm not perfect. I missed the signs. The way she made little digs about my job. The comparisons to other couples. The eye rolls when I talked about expanding my business. I ignored them because it's easier to hold on to hope than admit you are holding hands with someone who does not really see you. To the guys reading this who think being a good partner means putting up with disrespect, stop. You can be kind, loyal, and supportive without being a doormat. You deserve someone who lifts you up, not someone who talks down to you when they think you're out of earshot. As for me, I'm doing fine. The business is growing. I'm back at the gym. I'm reconnecting with friends. I've rediscovered what it's like to have peace in your own home. And those 62 missed calls still unanswered. Some things don't deserve a response. And that's the story, folks. If you enjoyed the video, learned something, or just came here for the drama and stayed for the personal growth, smash that like and subscribe. Drop a comment below. Ever had a moment where you realized you were the one worth choosing all along? Let's talk about it. No judgment, just good vibes and hard truths.